Hi, not all burger joints were created equal. With 20 mouth-watering burgers available, all cooked to order using fresh, premium quality ingredients, we're pretty sure you love every last bite. We're located at 320 Packington Street in Newtown, 51 Moorabool Street in Geelong, and for information on the menu, check out burgerinc.com. So come on in, we'd love to feed you.
Good evening, Lindsay Tillman.
Yes, good evening, Ronnie. And each week, Ronnie Brain and I bring you the teams. Ronnie, are there any teams fit to be read tonight?
Well,
just before we cross downstairs to the St. Joseph's Geelong West St. Peter's games.
That's right.
Drift away.
Just before we get involved in whether they're fit or not, Lindsay, it is the first night match this evening at the Geelong West Oval for the 1990 season, and
yes.
I would suggest it should be quite a memorable one for us.
I just caught a glimpse of myself on the monitor. I look terrible tonight, don't I?
You've had a very busy day, Lindsay.
I've had a very busy week, actually. Incidentally, speaking about the week, I picked 5 winners last week. How many did you get?
Thanks very much for reminding me, Lindsay. I was only, unfortunately, got 3, but nevertheless, I'm sure that I'll do well this weekend.
Incidentally, we've had a lot of letters, a lot of complaints, a lot of phone calls, but I think that the proof is in the pudding. Look at the studio audience tonight, Paul. Just look at the number of people who are coming in now to see us. Paul, back here.
Just don't give them too
back
much.
Here, please.
Don't give them too much.
Thanks, mate. That's Randall Whitten. That's one of the very few times he's shouted. Ronnie, on a more serious note, the Ray Sarcevic suspension, I heard he got 3 weeks. I hope that you'll show the incident on the replay. I have a clear picture in my mind that there was no malice in it.
Well, correct, Lindsay. In our opinion, at the time there wasn't, but unfortunately the tribunal, who I believe did view the tape, suggested that there was contact made.
There may have been contact made, but wasn't the damage done when he hit the turf?
Well, correct. I do believe that was the case, Lindsay, but unfortunately the Bell Park advocate the night of the tribunal hearing did not have a slow-mo facility on his recorder, which I believe could be rather costly for Ray Sarcevic.
Well, not costly for Ray Sarcevic, but costly for Bell Park, because that man's a machine. I would go as far as to say that he is the best player in the GFL at the moment.
Big statement, Lindsay. It's a very big statement, but I think moving right along...
Not too close, Paul, please.
I think that's a very unfortunate thing that's happened to Bell Park, but after talking with Ronnie Watt tonight at the Western Oval, he's very confident with his young band of young players out there, and has only made 1 compulsory change this weekend. And young Shane Young unfortunately broke his hand last week, and he'll be replaced, I would suggest, by Normie Walpole, who was coming back from injury, who was a very experienced campaigner.
Normie Walpole's a very good player. He was a very good player about... when did Geelong West go down the gurgler? What year was it?
So we're going back a bit now, Linz.
Well, he was a good player then.
Yes, he was.
And no injuries. Normie's pretty free of injuries. He's not carrying any injuries. Or
Ron suggested he was recovering from injury.
Recovering from one.
It could be questionable, Linz.
I think it's beautiful to see the way that Geelong West St. Peter's have regrouped. I think it's terrific.
I think
they're very competitive.
Having a talk to one of their marketing men down there, Johnny Gillett tonight, very
Johnny
confident.
Gillett?
Yes.
They've got him there.
Yes,
they're laughing.
Ford Motor Company man.
Yes. He's a
I'm sure that
good man.
They'll do a very very good account of themselves on Friday night.
Right. But Ronnie, do I have to carry the show, or have you got some more information
well, look,
for
Lindsay,
me?
after talking with Andrew Evans and also Grapper over here, who's joining us tonight, the assistant coach at St. Joseph's.
Yes.
That's David Brainey.
Yes, David Brainey, who was...
who Grapper is, but very informative man, and suggested that Andrew Evans is still, unfortunately, on the injured list, coming from Darwin during the summer season, injured a knee, and was out there training tonight, though, Linz, which was very positive for the St. Joseph's camp.
I don't like players of the calibre of Jock being on the injured list.
No, it's disappointing because he's a key position player, and I'm sure he's been badly missed. But
yes.
They'll also be missing Dean Smith, who unfortunately got suspended during the week at the tribunal.
Well, Dean, if you want to do these things, that's what happens here. Ronnie, you had some information about somebody for me.
Well, another very, very damaging footballer, Russell Merriman, last year's best and fairest winner for St. Joseph's. He's got a groin injury, Linz, and is very doubtful for the tonight's match.
One thing you can't carry, Ronnie, in football is a groin injury.
Exactly, Linz, and that's a price you pay for maybe overexerting yourself the night before.
Yes, that has happened. You had some more information for me.
Some more information, Linz.
Yes.
Yes, Matt Henry is still on suspension from St. Joseph's as well.
Yes.
And also Jeff Brooks is doubtful with a bit of an ankle. So St. Joseph's at the moment in a little bit of a state of disrepair at the present time.
You going for him tonight?
I think I might have to, Linz. Under lights, they handle those conditions very well. As Dave Browning has always suggested, he performs much better.
What about that bloke you were talking about before we went on air?
The bloke that we were talking about on air.
Yes, it's St Albans.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's going to be covered in the next tape.
Oh, that's the. Okay. Well, look, I think we've just about gone the full length of the candy-coloured clown. Your tip for tonight, just for tonight, because tomorrow we'll do the tips for the weekend.
All right, Linz. St. Joseph.
You're going for St. Joe's?
Yes, sir.
Going for St. Joe's to beat Geelong-St.Peters.
That's correct.
Well, I'm going for Geelong-St.Peters.
Well, that's very generous of you, Linz, because...
Anyway, just quickly, just before we fade out, did you hear that Adam told Eve not to bathe in Corio Bay?
Why did Eve tell Adam not to?
Well, anyway, Eve defied Adam, and now we'll never get the smell out of the fish. Okay, we'll see you down there.
And welcome to Western Oval for round 3 between Geelong St.Peters and St. Joseph's. Central umpires for this evening's match, under lights Mark Nolan and David Rhodes, boundary Richard Johnson, Brett Lake, and from the goals Phil McGibbon and Dennis Felder. Rhodes puts the ball down to ground. It's fourth forward, and coming through strongly was Todd Devine, who was met solidly. Brosnan quickly over the top there. Good football to the running Fowler. Goes goalward. And in front, taking a great mark for the St. Joseph side, is their spearhead in Chris Doyle. Doyle now, he'll be kicking from some 35 metres out directly in front, and with an assistance of a reasonably strong breeze, I would suggest worth at least 3 or 4 goals. Shouldn't have too many problems in bringing up the first score this evening. The drop punt, that looks good off the boot, but unfortunately for the spearhead is offline for the first score of this evening's game, a minor one. This first quarter this evening is proudly brought to us by Ford Co-op Credit Society in Myers Street, Geelong. For all your total access 24 hours a day, Ford Co-op Credit Society. Ball brought back into play. It's a lovely kick too, but over the top, taking a great mark for the St. Joseph side is Doyle. Kicks up to the teeth of goal. Pack of players fly. In front there, the St. Peter's defenders stand firm. We see now going strongly in after the ball there was John Evans, who was ruck-roving this evening for the St. Joseph side, but looks as though there could be a St. Joey's boy in trouble there too with a knee injury. It doesn't look too good there for number 10 in Vinny Valesi. The youngster up, as we see, a quick shot at goal there from the boot of Johnny Fitzgerald, but is offline and over the line and out of bounds. We'll wait now on the defence there for the Geelong West St. Peter's side to bring the ball back into play. It's a lovely kick too, out to the half back flank position. Again, Fitzgerald showing some strength. Also, Berry coming through strongly. A quick kick out of the pack though, goes straight to the arms there of Podbury. Snoz Podbury now kicks long. It's a lovely kick to centre half forward.
At Ellsworthy's Retrovision, we're more than just the best price. We'll give you expert advice with a huge range of big brand products. Locally owned and operated in Geelong, Ellsworthy's Retrovision will give you more every time. If it's a big screen TV you're after, or a top brand washer or fridge, we have the best range to choose from. Come into Ellsworthy's today at 2 big locations, Mirrabel Street, opposite Skills Stadium in Geelong, or Warren Ponds Homemaker Centre. Ellsworthy's Retrovision.